Okay, let's try that again. Hello everyone and welcome back to StarCraft 2. Today I'm here with Lucasdart and Kyboi. We're gonna be duking it out in the quarterfinals of Legion Cup Spring. We have a TVZ on a quite high level, so it's bound to be interesting at the very least. So yeah, I'm very excited and we have a game ready. It's all fantastic and great, and I totally did not forget about the delay the first time whatsoever. As we all know, I'm perfect, therefore this cast is going to also be perfect. So yeah, you're in the right place, obviously. And here we are. Starting in the top right hand corner of Jagannatha LE playing with the yellow drones. It is for Alpha X, Kyboi. And his equally polite opponent on the other side of the map, the red Terran for T Imba. It is Lucasdart. What a fantastic name for a clan, isn't it? And so yeah, as I said, TVZ, what a matchup. What a history of the matchup. It's by most considered the best in the game, basically for the entire history of the game. Because everyone hates Protoss. Everyone hates mirror matchups. So, you know, if you just delete these two, you're left with Terran and Zerg and TVZ, so I guess it's not necessarily loved the most, it might just be the least hated matchup. But you know, it's still technically the best then, right? Okay, so seems like none of these players... Oh wait, I can do this. Oh, I'm so fancy, look at that. None of these players seem to be going for anything too aggressive in the early game. We even see a Reaper, finally. I've been casting a bunch of matches yesterday for a CSO actually. And Reapers were surprisingly scarce. I mean, it was mostly PvT there. If not exclusively PvT, now I'm not sure. But still, like, I was expecting to see a bunch of these Reapers. And there were like none. Absolutely. Zero. I think there was like one maybe. In a TVT. Yeah, there was a TVT and there were some Reapers there, but you know, it's nice to see some good micro from a good Terran player like that. Like Lucasdart. And obviously good micro from his opponent as well. Oh shit, I have to figure out the hotkeys again. There you go. Nice shot so far, but also great micro from the Zerglings. I mean, you see exactly what's happening, so I'm not sure if I should even comment anything on that, but... Oh, there goes the Zergling, actually. So, well done from Lucas. I mean, it's not much, but it's not nothing either. Ooh, if he can get that creep tumor... No, okay, he's not gonna go for it. This Reaper is too important here. To just sacrifice it for the Blood Gods. This Reaper is gonna scout the third. Gonna see that nothing crazy is happening. Seems like it's going to be Hellions from our Terran player. And a chill 1-1-1. Nothing crazy at all. Actually, nothing crazy from either of these players. As our Zerg is going for the Zergling speed, is getting his economy up and running. And getting queens, which are absolutely crucial for that early game defense. First cars popping out. Oh, seems like it is going to be a starport with a tech lab, so we might see a bunch of banshees. So that's going to be interesting, as the first cars are going across the map. Let's see what they can do. They're mostly here to check what's going on. I mean, actually with the Reaper, it's quite dangerous because you can really manipulate the positioning of these queens. Like you can grenade this queen even further off creep, and then it suddenly becomes a little easier for the cars to go in, but the Reaper goes into the main base, sees that there is basically no tech aside from the spawning pool. It will actually scout the Roach Warren, so very nicely done here. It's great information for Lucas, but the Reaper is going to pay for it with its life, and indeed we see Banshees with Cloak. Banshees are so fantastic, and now that Lucas saw the Roach Warren, he's probably very happy with his tech choice. I mean, Roach is not very good at shooting at Banshees, historically at least. So yeah, so far this game is going quite well for Lucas. He didn't get much damage with the Hellions, but I mean, he didn't really commit into that. He didn't really try to get crazy damage with crazy amount of Hellions. That's going to be the task of the Banshees and their cheeky cloaked moves. He's even saving them up. Six Hellions now on the field are gonna try to see if they can find an entrance, see what they can do. They almost get a creep tumor. That was close, but not quite there. And alright, it's not going to be just exclusively roaches from a Zerg player, as we see the Baneliness and double upgrades. So maybe the Banshees weren't as perfect of a counter as they could be. But still, they're going across the map. They do have Cloak now, so they're gonna be extra dangerous. And remember that the Hellions are still there, so I assume that Lucasdart is going to try to poke with the Banshees as the Hellions are distracting, or the other way around. And it will make the life so much harder for the Zerg. There is a Spore Crawler just finishing in the main base, but it's just slightly too late, and a few drones are gonna go down, maybe even a Queen, but ooh, these Banshees are getting a little brave, but so do the Queens. And again, one of them almost dies. Where are the Hellions? Oh, the Hellions died somewhere. Well, apparently they sacrificed themselves to the Blood Gods. Is there no music, or am I crazy? I have to fix that, but let's see what the Banshees can do. So far 8 drones went down, and this base is completely undefended, so almost 4 more drones going down. Fantastic place for Lucas here, as he does not lose a single Banshee, and will also scout this base in the top left corner. Okay, let me fix the music. Wait, I do have music on. I don't know, whatever. Oh, it is there. Okay, we got it. Did the Banshees die? Please don't tell me. Oh no, the Banshees died. Oh, that's so bad. And I missed it as well. There you go, now the music kicks in. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's take a look at this game and see what's going on in the Zerg main. Not much. Link Bane, a macro hatch is getting added on as well. Making sure that you have enough larva while playing Link Bane is crucial. Meanwhile, Lucasdart is moving out with a bunch of Marines, with a bunch of tanks. This is actually a scary move out. There is not that much on the field for the Zerg at the moment, but there is a lot of creep. That gives Kyboi so much room for error here, and so much room for these mains to actually get some connections. Good pre-splits from the Terran, but good surround from the Zerg as well, and it seems like in the end Kyboi comes out on top and kills practically everything, even gets a medivac that shouldn't happen, that shouldn't have died, but that was a fantastic engagement from Kyboi. As I said, that creep spread paying off in this fight. And Lucas has to sit back for a second and rethink his choices. Infestation Pit is getting added on now, as Lucas decides that, hey, I'm not gonna stop being aggressive, I'm gonna play like a true Terran player, and he moves out with 2 full medivacs, this one half-empty medivac, still trying to be annoying, still trying to grab some attention of the Zerg player to hopefully divide it so much that the drop on the right side of the map is going to be much more successful. And Kyboi opening up some paths as he tries to roll in some banelings, and actually good connections, killing a lot of marines for basically no cost. Well, he did lose some banelings, but that was just a few banelings for a bunch of marines. I'll take that trade. As Lucasdart is being very annoying with this drop. Dropping now in the main from that 5th base. The Zerglings have to go all the way around. Nice splitting here from Kyboi. Wait, I thought he's gonna leave some Zerglings here, but no. And Lucas is all over the place, but he can't really find any significant damage. Kyboi is just defending very, very well. And now another Medivac is gonna go down. The next one is going to be very, very endangered. Oh, it's still not out of it. But it's... Wait, no, run. What? Run. Okay, it is going to survive. Thank goodness. Another move out from Lucas, as Kyboi is also kind of trying to see what he can do, trying to see if he can spot any move outs, and he can with these banelings right here. This is very crucial because this move out comes before the tech of Kyboi finishes. He is investing in that lurker then. He is investing in another... Wait, what? Wow, he's getting a third evolution chamber. So he's getting a bunch of stuff. He obviously got that 5th base very recently. So this move out can be very, very dangerous. But also, on the other side, there is a counter attack with a bunch of Zerglings killing a lot for the Terran player. The banelings don't really get the connections. They mostly blow up on tanks, which is not what you want. And Lucasdart takes down the 5th base and keeps on marching forward. But can he deal the critical damage? I mean, I think he can, but it's going to be really tough with the amount of Banes rolling on creep. The tanks not quite in range, and it's gonna be tough, but Lucas is going to drop in the main. He's going to really commit to that attack. But all these marines are already so bruised. I think Lucas will have to go back and replenish his forces. Especially now that Vipers are starting to come out, upgrades are starting to finish up. Well, they just finished up for the Zerg, and soon we will see lurkers too. So Lucas keeps exploiting this position that he got earlier with the tanks, but I mean there is nothing here anymore. The 5th base is getting reacquired on the other side of the map. The entire Zerg force is now just all over the place with the creep, with the speed it has, and another counter is going to be employed. More SCVs will go down. Lucas's position is getting more and more desperate. I mean, he has a massive army, but he's gonna have like no economy behind it if these counters keep going. Oh, this is a nasty position for the tanks as the drop comes in, but lurkers are here, and if the lurkers siege up in a defensive position, it's going to be extremely tough to actually break it. Banelings roll in as well. They are going to take some shots from the siege tanks, so will the lurkers. But oh my god, these tanks are so low, the queen falls down into the water. Oh, that's kind of disgusting. And Lucas is not stopping. I'm surprised he keeps this momentum, even though Kyboi is doing his best, is really doing great trying to stop him. The tanks survive for now. 2 liberators are going to come in to be annoying, but now Kyboi is setting up for a surround, but not going for it just yet. He knows that he's killing a lot of SCVs on the other side of the map. He knows that this push is eventually gonna die out. He just has to play it safe, although that was not very safe, but it paid off. So good moves from Kyboi, and Lucasdart counts every second that comes by, because every second that comes by is going to be detrimental. The Liberators are now going to add their extreme DPS, but they cannot be that good against all these small units. Blinding Cloud, Blinding Cloud being used, and the army of Lucas is melting slowly but surely, but so does Kyboi's. I mean, he doesn't really have anything on the map right now. Look at the army supplies. It's going to be really tough to stop this really small Terran force at this point. So the reinforcements have to be quick for our Zerg player, otherwise he's just going to get overwhelmed, even though he has that economical advantage for such a long time. His natural is gonna go down, and it is a hive, so that's going to be very, very painful to replace. Zerglings come out, but obviously with the bases split like this, with the Terran Force, they are gonna pop out on all kinds of sides. They're gonna get picked off one by one, group by group, and Lucasdart seems to be actually pulling it off. He equalizes the worker count, he has the bigger army now, and suddenly Kyboi's situation is not that great at all. Reinforcements keep coming in. They are being intercepted by a small force of Zerglings here, so great move from Kyboi, making sure that his small force is capable of taking on whatever the Terran is moving across the map. And now, I mean, the situation calms down for a second, but Lucas is not stopping. He's never stopping. He's just unstoppable. He's like the train in GTA 5. He's like a planetoid during the dinosaur times or something. Whatever. Forget it. As another engagement is happening, the Liberators are now helping to take down the small groups of Banelings, and great moves, great micro from Lucas makes sure that this Terran army becomes invincible. No small group of Zerglings and Banelings can take it, and Lucas is going to win this game. Oh. I'm pretty sure I overestimated the economy of Kyboi at one point. I mean, he was ahead, but I don't think he was as much ahead as I was saying. But yeah, I blame it on the fact that I'm tired. I blame it on the fact that I haven't casted in a long time. Yeah, and probably also hear it in my voice that I got up like an hour ago. It's even cracking. Holy heck! I'm trying to drink lots of water. Hydration and shit. I don't know. And we're waiting for game number 2. So, game number 1, let's sum it up. Lucas, I think he kind of does what he's known for, or at least does what I know him for, which is constant pressure, lots of nasty little drops, nasty little moves. Although I do think that if he didn't lose the Banshees, if he didn't lose the Hellions, that game would have been much harder for Kyboi. As hard as it already was. I'm also kind of curious what the Roach Warren was for. Maybe Kyboi was planning to use it. Maybe it was just a defensive move. But maybe he was planning to use it, but when he saw the Banshees, he was like, nah, never mind. I'm not sure, but that was game number 1. And this is game number 2. Thank you very much, MisterL, for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. And here we go. As long as StarCraft doesn't die, it has a weird condition of being on the verge of crashing every time I load into a game. I have no idea what it was. I reinstalled the game, reinstalled Battle.net. I did everything I could, but it just never helps. It's just, it's very weird. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Game number 2. Oh, right. Game number 2. In the top left, of Romanticide LE, we have the yellow Zerg, the Swarm, the Kyboi from Alpha X. I was trying to think of, like campaign stuff. The Overmind. Whatever. And his opponent playing for the Terran Protectorate and T Imba. It is the Red Terran Lucasdart. Is it the Terran Protectorate? I don't know. This symbol probably says something, but yeah, I'm not that good with lore. I'll try harder next time. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna figure it out. Actually, it seems like neither player is going for anything crazy, so I could technically look it up right now. Let's see. Whoop. Tell me, Uncle Google. StarCraft. Terran factions. Let's take a look. So in case you don't see what's happening on the screen, there is an SCV going to Scout. Obviously, quite a recent addition. It's just to make sure you can respond early enough to anything the Zerg throws at you. The Reaper is still going to be there to make sure that you see what's going on exactly. Okay, Terran, StarCraft Wiki. Let's see. Terrans, humans, blah blah blah. Terran Marine. Holy heck, that article is long. Okay, whatever. It's too late. Next time. It's too late because the Reaper comes in again. This time meets 6 Zerglings, so a little more. Well, one pair more than last time, but again, takes one down. Lucas really making sure that he gets one Zergling every game, huh? I mean, respect for that. And he's actually gonna try to dive on the creep tumor, but he's gonna get surrounded. Doesn't get the creep tumor, and the Reaper dies. That is a bad move here for Lucas. I mean, the intention was obviously great, but the move didn't quite work. And now there is no Reaper to scout. There is no Reaper to help out the Hellions, because it is again going to be Hellions, and there is again a tech lab being made as the starport finishes, so it might be the same thing as last time. Now the Zerglings are going across the map. They are probably gonna try to see what they can scout, what they can find out and figure out about the Terran. Speed finishes and they come in. Actually, they may deal some damage too, because the Hellions were a little bit out of position, and seems like one SCV is gonna go down, maybe even a mule. Well, at least some time on the mule is going to be wasted. Another SCV goes down. I mean, for 3 Zerglings, sure, even tries to hide one of them. Not gonna happen. Lucas on top of things, and yeah, it also the Zerglings also scouted the starport with the tech lab. Researching, that's also possible to be seen by the Zerg player. So I mean, Kyboi should be very ready for what's gonna come next. Hellions now come in. They're gonna take down a creep tumor, so that's nice, and 2 Zerglings, why not? But here are the queens. I mean, it's gonna be basically impossible for these Hellions to do anything with queens in position. But so far there are only 2 queens, and okay, now there are 3. But 6 Hellions can still just tank some of that damage. They are gonna take down another creep tumor, so wasting some of that time, wasting some of that energy, making sure the creep doesn't. Oh, that was a really great maneuver. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, that's not great. Not great timing as well, because as these Hellions actually are right here, being surrounded by the Lynx. Yes, Magnath. Yes, I have the commands, all of them, all of them. I have the bracket. I have the match arena. I'm really proud of myself. Alright, we're back. Thankfully it wasn't any kind of lag or anything like that, apparently, so we're good to resume the game. Although the momentum of these Hellions has been lost, especially that Queens were so out of position, but Lucas had to kind of crisis manage as the unpause happened. And yeah, as I said, you can see the crawlers in all the bases are already finished. And the Banshees are going to have a hard time dealing any damage. But there are quite a few queens. I'm actually surprised. Okay, no, there is 5 now, but I would expect at least 7. I guess, especially considering that the Banshees were scouted. I mean, the Banshees can't really kill you if you just make a bunch of queens. They're also going to be scouted by the Overlord, so there should be queens in position, and one of them is right there already. But the multitasking of Lucas is going to come into play now, as these Hellions are trying to find an opening. At the same time, the Banshees are doing nothing. Hello? Move! Go! I mean, you can't really do much because there are 2 queens and a spore here, but you can get a drone or 2. Kyboi is sacrificing a few links to make sure that he knows exactly where the Hellions are. As the Banshees move into the main, there is no queens in the main, so they can take down a bunch of these drones before the Zerg Entire comes in. The Hellions still being a threat, but Kyboi is really investing in a whole lot of army now. He has the Baneling Nest. He is now going to go into that Ling Bane once again. As he finishes a bunch of upgrades for his army. Oh, the Banshees. 1 Banshee goes down, but I mean 7 drones, it's not bad considering everything was scouted. I think Lucas is getting as much out of these Banshees as he can. Oh, a few more drones are gonna go down. Very nicely done here by the Terran player, but I mean, yeah, there is no but, now that I think about it. The Hellions are going to do a better job clearing creep as well, compared to the last game. The Zerglings are going to try to get on top of them, but none of that is happening. Lucas really controlling his unit very, very well. This time not losing the Hellions. The 1 Banshee is still there too, so this is basically the first game, but a little better of a situation for Lucas. Look how much closer he can come in with his tanks and army with less creep on the map. Here comes the Zerg, and I mean that seems a little underwhelming. I mean the Marines have to run away very, very far, and the Queens get on top of the tanks. But wow, that was still a decent engagement for Kyboi. I'm surprised, but you don't want to waste banelings on singular Marines like that. But yeah, in the end, Kyboi cleans it up and doesn't lose that much creep. That was really good. I don't want to judge the game from that, because that's what happened last time, and oof, that's painful. That's what happened last time, and I was completely wrong. But so far, I think Kyboi is in a good position. Never mind, Lucas is actually up in workers. How the hell is he up in workers? Hello, he's on 3 bases. I mean, all respect to him, obviously, I'm just confused. I'm just confused how good he is. 2 medevacs full of marines are going to come in to try and clear some of that creep on this side of the map. And this would be a very, very nasty position for tanks, like around here, if this base is taken, and it is. So clearing creep over here is a great move from Lucas. A bunch of lings are being attacked by SCVs. Very nice. But yeah, the game slows down a little bit. Hopefully we're gonna see a bunch of drones in production. That's exactly what's happening. Kyboi finally passing that 80 drone mark. As he's going again into lurkers, again into hive. And yeah, we're seeing basically the same game again, just on a different map, and with a little bit of a few small differences here and there too, obviously. Lucas trying to be as annoying with these drops as he can, and I mean, he's very annoying. These lings are really struggling to get on top of the marines. The Terran player also getting that 4th base up and running. I'm curious to see if it's going to be a planetary. Lucas? Well, alright, there's more interesting things happening as this drop again trying to be annoying. This time finally caught, well, better than than last time. A bunch of lings are going to stream into this newly acquired base, and a few SCVs are going to go down, so trying to equalize the losses of the drones from these drops. And I think now Kyboi is finally at the comfortable point where he has the workers he wants and Terran does not. And here comes an attack that was a little ambitious, and actually that retreat is also terrible. A lot of tank shots, a lot of marine and marauder shots as well, being dealt to the Zerg army for free. But now Lucas is very, very deep on creep. I think it's a little risky. I guess he knows exactly how much he killed and how much Kyboi can really have. And yeah, he's really ambitious with this push. Like, these marines are so deep on creep, trying to back out from this position is going to be crazy hard. But Kyboi taking his time, picking his engagements, waiting for additional reinforcement, and morphing how many lurkers in front of the Terran army. 9 lurkers in front of all these marines, blocking his own Zerglings too. That was a massive mistake. That's not something you want to do in the middle of the fight. Now all of these lurkers are going to get picked off, and that's it. Oh no, that was one mistake basically deciding this game. I mean, that push obviously looked very scary, but I think with the right amount of like time bought, I think Kyboi would have been able to push Lucas away. But that morph was just so unfortunate. Hello, Matt. Hello, Mira. There we go. Game number 3, which could be the last game. Hopefully it will not be the last game. Like, no matter who you are cheering for, and I see some cheers for Lucas, but I still think that, you know, one more game, then the lowest possible amount wouldn't hurt anybody. It would be quite fun, in my opinion. You know, just seeing some I don't want to call it drama because it wouldn't really be drama, right? But you know, a twist. Damn, Lucas fans really getting it on in the chat. Respect. Alright, since this is taking a little longer, I'm gonna go grab some water. And we're back. This time on Lightshade LE. Let me just update the scores, and here we go. In the bottom right hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have our yellow Zerg playing for Alpha X. It is Kyboi. And the winner of 2 previous games, the Relentless Terran in the red for T-Imba. It is Lucasdart. Right, wait, Overlord? There we go, okay. He took a little break, a little pee break. I think we invaded his privacy by staring at him during that. I apologize, Mr. Overlord. No proxies, no 12 pulls, nothing. Hello? What's going on? Anybody? Something? At least a roach push? I have no clue. I'm sorry, but I have no clue which maps are good for what. So I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, this map would be fantastic for a roach push, or this map would be fantastic for a proxy. I have no idea, and I'm sorry. And I know these maps have been here forever. It's just that I haven't been here forever, so that's a little sad. And here comes the Reaper, which saves me from having to talk random shit. Hopefully, at least. Go, little Reaper, go! The design of the Reaper is so epic, though. Like, oh, it's gonna get a drone kill. Oh my god, it gets a drone kill. Oh, that's surprising. Only 2 Zerglings out right now, so Kyboi seem to have gotten caught. Oh my god, that sentence is a nightmare. Caught a little bit out of position, caught a little unprepared. Oh my god, another drone is gonna go down. Lucas really getting the work done, and it is gonna be roaches. Roaches! I think it's quite important to make sure that the roaches are not scouted. But I don't know. Maybe it's not. The Reaper is gonna go around and is going to... I mean, it is going to see the lack of the third, obviously, if it's gonna keep scouting for that. So Lucas should know that something's happening. But for now, his build seems to be the exact same thing as last time, and actually this tech lab is in a fantastic position for any Ravagers to snipe. Okay, the Reaper jumps up at a very bad timing. It actually goes down, so these roaches and Ravagers are not going to be spotted for quite a while. But Lucas knows something is off. He's going to build this bunker here. Is it going to finish on time, though? These Zerg units are right at the door at this point, and ooh, it's going to be... Yeah, it's not going to finish. It's immediately cancelled, actually. So Lucas giving up the low ground instantly. Trying to get a bunker up in the main, but the Zerg units are inside. The doors were open, and now this situation is getting really tough. But a good surround by the boys on a lot of these Zerg units. The tank being repaired and does not die. And suddenly, it turns out that this situation is not that bad at all for our Terran player. Yes, 10 workers went down, but look at the worker count. The Zerg does not have the workers to spare right now. And Lucas is going to have a Banshee out. These roaches cannot shoot up. Look how short these talons are. They will not reach a Banshee. And now Lucas is in a... I'm not gonna say fantastic, but in a good spot. Obviously being equal on workers with a Zerg, especially that Kyboi delayed his third, is a good thing for the Terran player. And Lucas is just going to play the long game. Although he did decide against the wait, no. Never mind. Why did I think he decided against the second Banshee? I'm not sure, but he did not. There is going to be a second Banshee and Cloak. The Hellion, the survivor, is going to go across the map, try to see if this was an all-in. I mean, he probably knows that it wasn't, but He checks for the third. He sees the third. He might even get a creep tumor for free. Oh my god, he died. Well, not for free, but he did get a creep tumor, so you know, that was something. Aside from the scouting information, and the Banshees are going across the map to, you know, figure out exactly what's coming next. And what is coming next seems to be more of the same. I'm not sure. I see range attack being researched for the Zerg, and I'm thinking only roaches or hydras, I guess. Because you can't go lurkers this early on into the game, obviously. So yeah, I'm a little confused. I'm not a Zerg player. I don't know, but I'm very curious to see what's gonna come out of these yellow hatcheries. The Banshees are trying to deal some damage, but Queens are in position in basically all the bases. The spores also finished, but a few drones are going to go down regardless. And for now, the Banshees are still in good health. Well, one of them is. not anymore. Oh, one of them is actually... Oh no! What's that? Oh, it's out of range of the spore crawlers. Oh, that was such a good play. I didn't even think of that. But Lucas, obviously being the better player, thought of that instantly, and then he saves both of the Banshees. My voice is cracking like crazy. Yeah, but he saves both of the Banshees and actually increases his lead, really, I think, as he gets the third up and running. As the fourth is just started for the Zerg player. The worker count doesn't seem as favorable for Lucas, but I still think in the end he's gonna come out on top. Like he seems to know when he has the advantage and pushes it. So now as this Terran army is going across the map, what is there really to defend? Let's look at the unit stuff. There is 7 roaches, 1 ravager, and 7 queens, and 2 zerglings. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. Well, one timing with roaches probably. Thank you. Oh yeah, here comes the Terran army. 3 tanks, a lot of marines, and 2 medivacs. Seem to be what Lucas really likes to do. The tank is going to be damaged, but not really killed. And this base is doomed. You cannot defend it with what you have, Kyboi. Yeah, you just cannot. These tanks are gonna shred everything, and that's exactly what's happening. Final, last resort from Kyboi, trying to save the base, but it's not. Is it not happening? If he actually defends this base... Okay, no, it's too much. The tanks are too much, and a few marines survive. They're gonna finish the job, and that was way closer than I thought it would be. But without this base and with his entire army dying, Kyboi is in a bit of a dire position here. He's gonna try to instantly retake the base. I'm surprised he's even trying that with all these Terran units right there. Yeah, the tank is just gonna finish off the hatchery real quick. But now Kyboi has some army. He can try to defend again, but I mean, Terran reinforcements are just coming, and they are not stopping. The Banshee's also here to help. 10 more roaches on the way. That should be very helpful, but is it going to be enough? The tanks are very out of position, so these marines are going to go down. Well, or get picked up, because Lucas is fast. But I mean, this is a really tough spot for Kyboi. He lost a lot of his queens, so these Banshees are way harder to deal with than they should be. And does he even have any queens left over? He does not. He doesn't even have queens. Oh no. Oh, that's not only a blow to his firepower, that's a blow to his economy as well, as these roaches and ravagers are trying to be annoying, picking off tanks, picking off reinforcements. They will try to counterattack even. But, I mean, if they are struggling with this amount of marines, that's not a good sign. As Lucas, relentless Lucas, is relentless, is what I'm gonna say. As this tiny group of marines is still dealing some damage. The Banshees invincible. Finally, a queen pops out. It's going to try its best to kill the banshees. One banshee goes down, but one queen also goes down. So basically, both players having their amount of units of that type. Almost, not quite, but you know what I'm trying to say. The other banshee still working away, and just look at the workers. That tells a story. Kyboi, if he could defend that base, that would have been absolutely amazing. But he was just a little bit too weak. His army was just a tiny bit too weak, and now just pure marine is steaming forward to destroy all of the roaches, all of the ravagers. Kyboi is going to try to defend, but even if he does, this economical advantage for Lucas is so big at this point in the game that I don't think he can keep going for any longer. Great micro from Lucas, dodging all of the biles so far. Well, not anymore, but dodging a lot of these biles at the very least. And he knows his advantage. As I said, when he knows he has an advantage, he just keeps on pushing. He doesn't care. More reinforcements gathering in the middle of the map. Well, not anymore, apparently. And yeah, he's gonna regather his army, and I'm sure we will see him across the map very soon once again. Kyboi trying to stabilize, making some armies, some workers. Obviously, he has to balance that very well if he wants to survive and try to get back into this game. But again, he's 18 workers behind in a ZVT. This is a terrible situation. Lucas now is gonna scan both the bases here on the high ground. He's not gonna see anything too crazy. I mean, he's gonna see the lair morphing. And here comes Kyboi with a very ballsy move into the natural of the Terran player. Here the Terran army is coming back, but it's going to get a little stuck on these depots. The bio is landing on a lot of these bio units, but I think this is just not enough Zerg to make that kind of a move and pull it off. The tanks will stay alive, they will finish up the roaches, and now Kyboi's army got obliterated once again. I mean, technically the army supplies are equal, but you know, it's roaches against marine tank. It's not, it doesn't quite work that way, sadly for Kyboi. But yeah, here comes Lucas once again with his army. It's not a very big army, but it is a scary army for Kyboi, obviously. For Kyboi right now, every army is scary, because he is trying desperately to get back into the game. He is trying to get as many drones in without dying as he possibly can. And Vipers are actually going to join this Roach Ravager army, which is kind of crazy. This is an expensive move. one Swarm Host as well. And here it is, another engagement. The tanks dealing so much damage. The Biles will finish them off, both at the same time. Well done from Kyboi. And Kyboi somehow stays alive, but for how long? Another bio army moving across the map. Where are the Vipers? The Vipers are trying to get energy. This is terrible. Oh no, so many Roaches and Ravagers just dying instantly. The Vipers are not going to be very useful in this current situation, and I think this might be it. The Swarm Host trying to help, doing its best. The Muffin is not gonna be enough. GG and good luck. Lucasdart takes game number 3. Oh, my voice is pain. Oh my goodness. Zerg was playing that like they had recall. Yeah, kinda true. Kind of true. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give Lucas the leader, and I'm gonna update the stream name. To semi-finals, Lucasdart versus... Where's my bracket? Versus MisterL. I totally remembered that. Didn't have to check whatsoever. Alright, so that's updated. Okay, MisterL, get the hell in here. Hello? Get out of the chat. You're 1.5 minutes late. Alright. Yeah, so now we're waiting for MisterL. I'm gonna take a quick little break. Hopefully my voice will survive that. The rest of the stream. Okay, I am back. But MisterL still isn't here. Hello? Please don't tell me he's still in the chat. So I just realized I should probably move this here. Oh my god. Anyways, it's not my fault. It's MisterL's fault. So if you're looking for someone to cheer for, you know who you shouldn't cheer for. No, I'm joking. Please don't. Please don't listen to me. Basically. Guess we can stare at Nova. I know she has a lot of fans. Apparently this little robot here is also her fan. Her biggest fan, damn. Ooh, what I can do is keep reading the Terran stuff, so I can know what faction Lucas is in. Ooh, I can also even do a better thing. Go into collection. If it loads. Oh shit, did I just crash the game? No, okay. That would be so stupid. If the game crashed just because I went into collection. Okay, it was augments. Terran decals. Rainer's Raiders. Okay, so I actually insulted him by saying he's part of the Terran Protectorate. But there is Terran Protectorate somewhere, right? Son of Korhal, Renegade, Tal'Darim. Why is this stuff in the Terran decals? Terran Dominion, Total Biscuit Trunks. Nice. Oh, rip. Wait, what? Are they on an A? Is that what's going on? I'll check an A. I didn't say anything. Wait, I am on an A. I mean, I'll check on Europe. I didn't realize I was on an A this entire time. I was very lucky to see to actually. There it is. Okay, so I think I was lashing out on MisterL, on poor MisterL for no reason. My bad. Yeah, obviously it's gonna be Europe. I just didn't realize I was on an A. Yeah, I guess while we wait, I may as well keep looking at all the different decals. The game is really struggling to load all of that, huh? Zara's Brood? Why is it in Terran decals? Oh, Miramerx. I didn't know they had this kind of symbol, logo, whatever. Lost Tribe. Ire Brood. That's a pretty cool symbol for a brood, not gonna lie. It's kind of Zerg Protoss Should I make a party for them? Maybe I should. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. How I love waiting. It's so great. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. SMH. SMH. Oh, God damn it. Now I'll have to stay on top of things. Because I'm the leader. Might as well go into customs already. Alright, Oxide, Light Shade. I am writing this down because I'm totally gonna forget. Jaga. Romanticide and black last. Alright. Oxide it is. Okay, make sure I'm not playing. I'm gonna make myself a referee. Now match history. I think that everything is alright. Alright, I'll just start the game and hope everything is alright. Ah, here we go. We have a match again, and it's a TVP. That's nice. I mean, I've cast a lot of PVTs. I wouldn't mind a PVZ, honestly. But it's fine. It's alright. PVT also a fun matchup, although sometimes can get a little stale. Hopefully not this time. I have no idea about the playstyle of MisterL, and I also have no idea about his clan name. I have no idea what clan it is, so I'm really sorry. Maybe I'll ask in between the matches. But yeah, here we are. In the top right of Oxide LE, playing with the blue Protoss probes, it is MisterL. Oh, maybe the logo will have, no, it's just E-Syncs. E-Syncs? Syncs? Yeah, I guess that's how you would pronounce it. I'm totally gonna ask. And on the other side of the map, we have our Rainer's Raider. For a different clan this time, hello? For Genesis Gaming, I guess. It's Lucasdart. Interesting. Is that normal? I mean, obviously you can be in different clans and different servers, but is that like something people just do? I have no idea. Ooh, this probe is... That's not the... Or is it the shortest path? Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just crazy. I'm probably just crazy. Here comes the probe. It's gonna probably harass the CV. Yep. Ah, Protoss players are so annoying, right? Everyone hates Protoss players. Actually, this probe is getting awfully close to killing this SCV. Get him! Get him! Ooh! The micro battle of the ages. Obviously, SCVs do not regain health or anything like that. Oh! Ooh! Ah, not gonna happen, not this time. That was awfully close though. Wait, there was an SCV going across the map. Am I crazy? Oh, there it is. Okay, it was scouting the main and it saw nothing out of the ordinary apparently. So, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. And finally, we see a Reaper. I mean, I see a Reaper finally in a PvT. So, we're gonna have some actually fun micro stuff happening early on in the game, which is very nice. Here comes the Reaper. There's nothing to defend yet. The Adept is obviously a little too late as always. That's, oh, what the hell? That's obviously what happens when you expand after before core. But here comes the Adept. The shade is actually a little, oh, there it is. It was a little out of position, but it didn't matter in the end. Now, can the Reaper scout the Twilight Council that just, well, that got placed a little while ago at this point? Not yet, but I'm sure Lucas is going to try again. There is a bunker, obviously. I mean, what can I say about the Terran build, really, aside from that there's gonna be Hellions. Question is, are they gonna get dropped, or are they gonna just drive in? But here comes the Reaper. It sees the Twilight. I assume Lucas is gonna assume... I assume he's gonna assume that it's Blink, but it's actually Charge. So, Charge in this matchup... I mean, Charge is extremely strong. Chargeless are an extremely strong unit overall. But they can also be extremely underwhelming if the response is correct. So I'm really curious to see how both players are gonna play it. And also I'm curious to see how many gateways it's gonna be for that charge. Is it gonna be a full all-in? Is it going to be something in between, like Prince's build, which I absolutely adore, with 5 gate charge, where you just get 5 gates, get a prism, go across the map, drop 4 zealots, warp in 5 more, and expand behind it. It's so good. It's my favorite build in PvT, I think. But it could also be something crazy, like, you know, 8 gates, no gas anywhere, you know, just PvZ style. Anyway, seems like the Hellions are not gonna get dropped, nor they will drive in, and they're just, well, it is just a scouting tool. And actually the Warp Prism is filled with Stalkers, so I believe there are 4 gateways available. Yeah, 4 warp gates actually available. So it is something. I do not know how it works, but it can be extremely dangerous either way. It seems like Lucas is very much ready for it though, with the amount of units that are waiting for this prism here. So nice micro from MisterL, making sure not to lose any HP on these stalkers. But he obviously has the warp in ready, so if he wants to, he can warp in a bunch of zealots. They do have charge now, and yeah, I mean, he apparently is struggling to find an opening. He might find one here, and he does, but is it long enough? I don't think it is. Get out of here! Ugh. Yeah, I don't think you want to drop here. Lucas really being on top of this. Third base being acquired by the Protoss right now. Oh, there is an opening now, but again, it's not quite big enough for a warp in to happen. So in the end, charge is going to be somewhat defensive, apparently, as Blink is being researched, tech is being added on with this Robo-Babe. And yeah. Is Lucas gonna get aggressive now? He does salvage the bunker, and his army seems to be moving out, but it's kind of a risky move, I feel like, with that Warp Prism on his side of the map. Like, I assume that as soon as he moves out, this Prism is gonna move. Wait, what? Well, never mind. I would assume MisterL just moves in with the Prism, warps in for Zealots, drops in for Stalkers, and then suddenly this push is an all-in, right? But actually, this prism is gonna go back to defend. There is no shield battery in the third. There's actually like no units here. What the hell? There's like 4 zealots, 4 stalkers, and an immortal, and a sentry on the map now, and they are all in the natural. So it kind of seems like MisterL is giving up this base completely. He's trying to micro his stalkers using the prism, but oh, actually, Lucas is now gonna engage the army in the natural, and seems like he's winning. Even though the force fields are here, the ramp is here. This is crazy. No shield batteries anywhere, and this small Terran force is just tearing through. Oh no, there is a battery here. Is just tearing through the entire army of MisterL. Shield battery overcharge finally is used, but it's way too late, and it's gonna get focused down. And Lucas has to back off, but he's just gonna back off into that third, and is gonna finish it off. The Widow Mines, cheekily placed, are gonna take down the Prism, which tried to power the structures here. And this is an awful situation for MisterL right now, as he loses his third. At the same time, Lucas just acquired his own, and he has no real army to actually fight this Terran force. The force fields are not really that great, considering Zealots were like half of the army of the Protoss player. And yeah, everything is just gonna die. Lucas is not stopping. As always, relentless Lucas wins the first game. What? That was... They just went and killed him. Yeah. Wow. I have no words. I actually have no words. But both players are ready for the next game, so we're instantly gonna jump into that. I do have to say that it was a little weird for MisterL to invest in charge and then drop 4 stalkers and not warp in. Like, because you invest in a pretty important upgrade, but you don't really use it. I think that was a mistake. But new game, new MisterL. At least I'm gonna assume that. So in the bottom right of Lightshade LE, we have our blue Protoss. For E-Syncs, it's MisterL. And his opponent, in the red, playing with the Terran SCVs, it is Relentless Lucas for Genesis Gaming. I'm gonna totally call him Relentless Lucas from now on, just all the time. Because I feel like that's the word that describes him the best. Can the probe get the SCV this time? Find out after the ad break. Now this time the probe is just gonna scout, apparently, or at least it's gonna scout first and then harass. Ooh. This SCV is bloodthirsty. Ooh, it wants that probe. Oh my god, he's gonna steal the gas. Alright. Meanwhile, at the same time, Lucas repaying MisterL with harass for harass, and oh my god, he's gonna steal the minerals. Now they're gonna mine out at different times. It completely messes up the build orders. No, it doesn't, but it could, and it would be interesting. So that happened. which is fun. I'm curious to see what is actually gonna do. Probably not much, but maybe MisterL has a plan. Maybe there is a lot of thought behind this. Maybe he has a build prepared specifically for stealing gases. And maybe that's why the probe went instantly to scout instead of harassing. Oh, that shade was misplaced again, and the adept. If the shade was good, the adept could have killed this Reaper for sure. So a tiny little mistake that could have been big if punished. Not this time. It is Twilight Council again for our Protoss player. And it seems like the Terran player is going for something similar to the previous game as well. There goes the Adept. As the Stalker pops out, the Reaper is gonna scout again. It's gonna get harassed. It might actually get a probe. It will get a probe. Will it pay for it with its life though? Seems like it will. So no tech being scouted here by the Terran player. At least I believe so. Oops. Yep, the tech has not been scouted. And the Adept is going to be scouting. So, for now, MisterL has a bit of a small win here. Can he really capitalize on it though? Okay, does that even make any sense though? Does stealing gas like that matter? Like Lucas just took the gas in the natural, and he doesn't seem to be like really struggling for gas. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Here comes another shade. Oh, it could have went in actually. The door was open, but I think both the players didn't expect that to happen. So, so it was kind of oh shit. The doors are open. Well, too late. This time, there is gonna be a drop apparently. Wait, what? A single Widow Mine in a medevac dropped in the middle of the map. Is that for scouting? Is he gonna try to catch like stalkers moving past here? Not what? That's interesting. I assume it's the timing for something early moving across the map, and he's like, alright, maybe I can catch that, and if not, I'm gonna drop the mine. Both of these things are pretty epic, especially that there are no stalkers in position, and MisterL actually... Oh no! That was so close. Just one probe is gonna go down to that mine, but the mine and the medevac are going to survive. Meanwhile, stalkers with blink are going to come in and to harass. There is a siege tank, so it's gonna make it much harder for MisterL. The tank is gonna move. If this observer would have been on top of the tank, it would actually notice it moving, and I think MisterL could have sniped it. But for now, he's gonna just snipe a supply depot and be quite happy with it. I mean, he paid for it with a stalker, obviously, but you know, you take what you can get. He also got three SCVs with it, so why not? Hello, Danny. Nice to see you. Colossi in production. Charge on the way. We're gonna and the third base. Oh, so you know, classic PvT. And on the other side, I mean, I wouldn't expect anything else from Lucas than Biotank. And that's exactly what he's going for. So, right now the ball is in MisterL's court with these Blink Stalkers. He didn't really commit to it, as you can see. There's just 5 Stalkers chilling here, just mostly scouting, trying to be annoying. And then they are gonna scout this move out. I assume it's a move out. Maybe Lucas is just securing the third. Yeah, it seems like that. So yeah, both players kind of chilling, really. Getting their economies going, getting their tech going. Lucas is gonna scan for the third here for some reason. Did he scan here? Yes, he did, apparently. Alright, so he did scout the third. He was scanning for the fourth, I guess. In case MisterL was extremely greedy. None of that is happening. 5 Stalkers actually getting a few shots off at a bunch of Marines and then SCVs. That's always really nice to see. My life for ire. There you go. I was expecting a move out from Lucas. I was just not sure when it's gonna happen, and it's happening now. Obviously it's being scouted by the Stalkers. They're gonna try to delay the push as well. They could have probably sniped a medevac if they really wanted to, but now they're gonna be super annoying in this third base of the Terran. They're gonna pick up reinforcements, they're gonna pick up SCVs, and it's gonna make Lucas's life much harder than it has to be. 2 Colossi already out. There are also a bunch of force fields and a Guardian shield ready. The tank's unsieged. Lucas wisely decides to back off as 11 SCVs in total, 12 actually, went down on the other side of the map. And Lucas trying to deflect this army, chasing the army of his own. And MisterL suddenly is, well, I was gonna say in a good position, but he didn't really make that many probes at all, and he more equalized the game than really got ahead. His army is very strong right now, but he's not really using it. He's not really pushing. He's not really trying to do much with all this tech he has, all the army he has. So I guess, oh no, this is nasty. Lucas is gonna go in and drop into the main as the Protoss army is completely out of position. I mean, the tanks are gonna get picked off instantly, but the main is in so much danger. This warp-in is not happening, and now the Protoss army has to move all the way around through this tiny little ramp, and by the time it gets there, a bunch of stuff has been sniped. Actually less than I thought that there would be, but 13 probes going down? Yeah, that's not something you want happening at all. And now MisterL is in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have the economy to really keep up with Lucas in the long run. So he would have to attack now, but he doesn't really have the army either. I mean, yeah, it looks quite dangerous, especially with the Disruptors, but there's a lot of Stalkers in here. There's an Immortal that doesn't really do much. And there are only 2 Colossi, which obviously is not the magic number. The magic number is 3. At the same time, Lucas is acquiring another base. He is investing in Liberators, in EMP. He's getting his 2 upgrades against what's gonna be just +1, maybe +2 of the Protoss. And I mean, DTs, sure, but is it that game changing? All right, MisterL finally moving out. Nope, never mind. I guess MisterL doesn't realize how bad of a position he's in, and he's just gonna keep defending. But he really needs a 4th base. He needs the 4th base like yesterday. 16. What? What happened here? Okay, I don't know what happened there, but oh, the DTs actually killed 16 workers. Wow. Oh, all right. I was underestimating the power of the Dark Shrine. Oh, here comes the, oh my god, here comes the Novas too, and suddenly the situation of MisterL is not as dire as it was a second ago. How much supply was that? Oh my god, that was crazy. Here comes the Protoss army. It's not that big, but if the Novas are as good as the second one was, oh. Okay, that was not perfect, but Storm now comes into play as well. And suddenly Lucas is in so much trouble. Like, this army is gonna be really tough to kill. The EMP lands, making this army much softer. But is it going to be enough? I think these Liberators are now crucial. Because if they are gonna be in the right position at the right time, they can kill a lot. But if they won't be, one blink can just destroy them, and that's what I want to see. Oh no. I mean, the Liberators are really out of position, so I don't really have to see it. And if MisterL pulls this off, I'm gonna be very surprised. but he seems to be doing it. I mean, he killed he not really killed any bases, not really killed any workers. Nice force fields here, but he took a lot of mining time. He made sure that this orbital cannot mine for a while, and maybe, just maybe, this will allow him to double expand and catch up. What is happening? That's not how Protoss works. Alright, but Lucas is not just gonna take a blow and not care about it. He wants to deal a blow of his own with tons and tons of Marauders in his army. But these Marauders are very squishy against the Disruptors of MisterL. So a few good Disruptor shots and this army is gone. But MisterL doesn't realize what's happening and he's actually trying to move out as this army moves in. And this base is just gone in seconds. Not many probes went down. But that was not something you want happening. You don't want your base dying for free. Another base is going to get sniped. I mean, he has the other base over here. At the same time, a bunch of DTs and zealots dealt a whole lot of damage in one of the bases of Lucas, and now MisterL moving into the liberation zones for no real reason, but the storms and the disruptor novas are so painful. Both sides losing so much in that fight. The Colossi are still there, but the disruptors are gone, and this, I don't know who's winning. I have no idea who's winning. I want to say Lucas because he has more workers, but he had more workers for a long time now, and so far he couldn't just quite make it work. Yes, he killed bases, but I mean, again, like, there is not that many workers to really saturate another base for MisterL right now. In the end though, unless there are some really good disruptor shots and storms, which we've seen a lot of so far, unless that happens, I feel like Lucas should be fine just engaging, attacking, replacing his army, attacking again until MisterL cannot fight any longer. The Liberators being absolutely crucial in this fight against the Disruptors, but MisterL wisely not engaging, waiting for Lucas to move or make the wrong move, and the standoff continues. One Brave Ghost EMPs the High Templar, making sure they are not gonna storm. And now good blink on top of these Liberators. The Disruptor shot's not as good though, and that's a lot of Marauders. Like, Colossi are not fantastic against Marauders. They are okay, but they are not great. So I'm actually surprised Lucas is so scared of that fight. I guess this army is much bigger simply, aside from the tech. And now here comes the counter attack. Oh, yeah, my casting is not great. I'm gonna take a sip. The army of MisterL goes around, but Lucas moves in bravely. 3 Colossi disintegrating these Marines, but the Marauders still going strong. Charizards and Archons are trying to kill those Marauders without dying themselves. But is that enough? Well, hard to say really, but without all these Stalkers now, the Liberators become almost invincible. And the standoff continues. I don't know how else I can call this game aside from a standoff, because both players are trying, like, they keep trying to kill each other, but they can never push through. They can never get that final blow. So Lucas is going to expand. He is going to try and get that economical advantage. Really going for himself, but MisterL gets an expansion of his own. He retook this base, and he's also trying to keep up economically. I mean, I don't know what else to say. 22 kills on this, 14 kills on this, and 20 on this. That's like what, 40, 42 plus 14, right? 50 something, 56-ish. A bunch of SCVs dying somewhere, probably a cheeky DT or a bunch of Zealots as MisterL moves in again, but so does Lucas, and they're gonna meet in the middle of the map. Now there is quite a lot of disruptors, and I feel like that is the crucial part of the Protoss army. If these disruptors can either kill a lot of units or at least delay a lot of units, that's already going to be a massive win. Great storms! The first one was okay, the second one was really good to complement the first one. And good disruptor novas mean that this base of the Terran is going to go down. There are so many disruptors, they can basically fire forever, and the Liberators are not fast enough to keep up with the Protoss on the way back. But the Colossi are going to start to go down, the Disruptors not quite on top of their own job, and these Marauders are so strong against what's left of this army, aside from the Disruptors! Oh my god, that's what I was gonna say. The Disruptors are the only thing keeping these Marauders at bay, and they keep these Marauders out of this world as well. Now MisterL feels confident to push in a lot of Stalkers now in this army to try and counter the Liberators, but I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. There's a lot of Liberators now, and this bio army is going to prevent the Stalkers from blinking in. So there has to be a mistake from Lucas for the Liberators to actually die. And now the Protoss army is in a really bad spot. I think recall would not be a bad idea, but MisterL feels really confident to push forward with the disruptor balls, and he actually manages to break out another great disruptor shot as well, and he is now going for it, blinking forward, killing a whole lot of these units, killing a medevac, but no, not overextending, making sure that he saves at least a few of these units, because his army is not as strong as it was before. I would really love him to replace a bunch of these disruptors. Like, the Colossi are great, yeah, but the disruptors have been life-saving so far. Whew. Both players taking a breather and giving me a breather as well, but Lucas, relentless Lucas, is going to push in again. MisterL at the same time sieging this base once again, and it seems like, oh no, I thought, oh yeah, it's, no, yes, no, Lucas, decide, is it a base trade or no? There's a big group of DTs engaging this base as well, taking down the turret instantly, but this base of the Protoss is also completely dead now, and we're in a very awkward spot. These Colossi are in an even more awkward spot than the player himself, but they are dealing so much damage to this bio army, even though there are so many Marauders in it. I would love to see recall. You don't base trade the Terran, especially if you have this amount of DTs that can just kill everything. Recall, god damn it! No recall yet, as this bio lib army is moving into the main. It's not very big, but it is very dangerous, especially if it gets into a very, very awkward position, instantly making sure that any recalls are going to get punished. But this is not enough. Lucas decides that he cannot win this base trade, and MisterL freaking takes it. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought the whole conversation was like, I have some eye issues. Okay. But no, there was like a 2-minute break after long games. Sure thing. I'm still gonna make the lobby, just so we don't have to wait after that. Oh shit, no. Wait. There it is. What a game. I had no idea who was winning. I mean, I thought Lucas was winning because he had more workers basically the entire time, but there was always like one thing that kept him from winning, like a Colossus that was one too many Colossus, or a Disruptor shot, or a good Storm, or something. DTs in his base, like all kinds of tiny things, just kept him from really making sure he utilizes this economical advantage he had. And in the end, Disruptors win. It kind of seemed like to me that Lucas was struggling a little bit with the Liberator control. I feel like he kind of couldn't get the why am I calling the Liberators Disruptors? He couldn't get the Liberators in the position they really should be. I doubt he didn't know where they should be. I just think he just couldn't spare the brain power to keep up constantly throughout the entire game. And so a few of these miss micros on the Liberators, and suddenly the Liberators disappear, or your bio army disappears. It's really tough to balance that as the Terran player. Locus. What is this emote? What? You thermal cursed. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh yeah, I think everything is ready. I think the players are ready. Are they ready? Are you ready? They are. Let's go. Game number 3. It's 1-1, so finally some interesting series that isn't just 3-0 or 2-0 or whatever. I mean finally, I'm saying finally. This is the second series, so it's actually quite quick. So here we go. Welcome Hydra, by the way. Yes, I saw your beautiful cursed emotes, and I didn't even say hi to you, so I'm saying hi now. As we load in. Third map of this best of 5. It's 1-1. Both players seem to be a good match for each other. Some questionable decisions from MisterL, some mistakes from Lucasdart, but both players are playing extremely well anyway. So yeah, I'm happy to be casting this, even though I'm not in my prime. Whatever. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the players and the game, as we spawn in the top right with the blue Protoss player, MisterL, playing for E-Sinks. I forgot to ask him about the clan. And his opponent, the Relentless Terran, the Rainer's Raider, for Genesis Gaming, is Lucasdart. Apparently Lucas has a lot of fans. Like every time I look in the chat, it's like, go Lucas! Woo, Lucas! Yeah, Lucas! Come on, show some love for MisterL too. Look, MisterL could be Lucas for all we know. Like Mr. Lucas? And what then? You're cheering against Lucas then? SMH. Here comes the probe. Is he gonna steal the gas again? Please don't do that. Okay, he's not gonna steal the gas again. Oh my god, what a move! What a move! Lucas! What a genius. That made all the difference in this match, I'm telling you. Now, sorry MisterL, but Lucas just wins now. Like, that one move is what he needed to win the game. I'm telling you. Where is the Reaper? There it is. I was wondering why I have nothing to talk about, but here it is. Here comes the savior. I should have grabbed myself a co-caster. We could at least talk bullshit for a while now. Here comes the Reaper. And there is nothing in this main. One probe will go down. Second one, yeah, Lucas not getting too greedy now, so... Oh, did he see the Twilight being built, actually? I always take the wrong one. No, not yet. But the Reaper is still alive, obviously, so he will have another chance. And the Reaper being alive is so nice for the Terran player. Just having that that constant danger around, having the ability to scout, to harass, it's priceless. Oh, is the Shade gonna see? Yep, I'm in the pile and saw the Reaper. And here comes the Adept, here comes the Stalker, and seems like the Reaper is dead now. It did see the Twilight though. It's researching Blink. And yeah, I mean we're again in what is basically a standard game of PvT, at least it seems like it. The Hellion and Adept are gonna high-five each other and they're gonna just move past. They have their job. They are not here to kill, they're here to scout, they're here to take photos. And oh, I thought for a second he's gonna finish the Shade. At the same time, ooh, there's actually a hole here. I mean, one Hellion is not gonna do much, but the hole has been plugged. So the Hellion scouting for the third, the Adept scouting for basically anything that could give any information about what Lucas is doing, and Lucas is getting the 3 barracks, he's getting a Raven as well. And actually, he's getting a reactor on that factory. I'm curious if he's actually gonna play something else than tanks. Stalkers being the choice for MisterL, so no surprise there, considering he's getting Blink. Although we did see him getting charged in the first game and not really utilizing it, so I'm glad to see he's not making that mistake again. And what is gonna come out of this factory? I guess it only made the reactor for the... No, it didn't. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Here come the Stalkers across the map. We should see a third very soon. We should see a third like right now. Oh my god, the Hellion actually got in. What a legend, killing 4 probes as well. But here come the Stalkers trying to return the favor. And there's actually not much in this natural. The bunker is gonna go down instantly. Go on, go on. You have Blink. You are safe to go in. And a bunch of workers are gonna start going down on the side of the Terran. Although a lot of them just got hit and not killed. Which is unfortunate for the blue Protoss. But he's still there. And this tiny Terran army is actually struggling to do anything to these Stalkers, as more and more buildings and units are going down. A good Blink micro from MisterL, saving all of the Stalkers so far, I'm pretty sure. And with the support of the Adept, that's a lot of workers and a lot of structures going down for free. A bunch of lost mining time too. And MisterL looking quite decent in this. Just take the base. I was just complimenting you, please. You need that. You need the money. You need the base. I'm all about that base. No recall. I don't know. Whatever. Here come the Stalkers again. They're actually gonna... Oh my god. Kill it! Kill it! There you go, they're gonna cancel or deny the +1, which is quite big. These stalkers are so annoying for Lucas right now. He's really struggling to deal with them. Stim will finish and is gonna help a lot, but it's not gonna kill these stalkers. Blink, obviously a fantastic upgrade, making sure that these guys are not gonna die. And look at that, look at the blink micro. So far MisterL is on top of his stalkers, like, the entire time. And they are so annoying. Look at that, another Marauder goes down. No stalkers died. None. Wait, what is that? There it is. One stalker died. Okay, my bad. But, like, still, extremely impressive with the amount of damage they dealt. How few of them die. Alright, now one more dies, but they bought so much time. Look at the Protoss army here. There are 2 Colossi here. There's an Immortal, there's a bunch of Zealots. They don't have charge yet, but still, like, this army is not dying to what Lucas has on this side of the map. The Raven dies too, so Lucas is in a really bad spot. He's now getting his 3rd, which is even later than quite late 3rd of MisterL, and our Protoss player is just in such a comfortable situation. I would really like to see him grab these stalkers and send them across the map again. Like, they were so good, and after killing so many units, like, what can Lucas really do about a bunch of these stalkers? Like, splitting his army would be quite tough, and dealing with the stalkers would require to chase, which blink stalkers are totally fine with. But MisterL instead is going to invest in his infrastructure. He's going to get 2 forges, Templar archives, Dark Shrine, another Robo, and 5 gateways all at the same time. I think that's a little risky, but I mean, he did kill a lot of units. Now he's actually gonna snipe another Medivac for just one unfortunate stalker who blinked a little too far. He doesn't have a shield battery. Okay, he does have a shield battery in the 3rd. He doesn't have a shield battery in the natural. Now he's expecting Lucas to drop in his main, and he is quite right about that, as this group of units is preparing for that, and some smaller group of units is preparing for an attack on the 3rd. What a good move from Lucas, spreading the bigger army of your opponent. Hello? There you go. Move. Spreading the army of your opponent, but MisterL prepared for that. He knows exactly what Lucas was planning, and he goes in with the army he had prepared. And now this is dead. Blink. Oh wow! Oh no! Oh god, that was a terrible blink into his own Nova. Oh, that was so sad. Oh, Lucas was like, yeah, you like your Novas? You like your Disruptors? Let me give you a taste of that. Oh no. Now Lucas joining his forces, but MisterL is on the offensive, and he's gonna meet him in the middle of the map. Disruptors on the field now. No blinking into the Nova anymore. Offensive blink from MisterL again, and the Novas are not as great as they were. Okay, here comes the big one. But this is still not quite enough against this many Marauders. These Stalkers and Colossi are dying so quickly to this amount of Marauders. Finally, some Zealots are joining the army, so that should hopefully help at least a little bit by tanking some of these Marauder shots. Storm should be available soon. I'm curious when we're gonna see some DTs warped in as well. But here comes Lucas on the 3rd this time. Sniping the shield battery instantly, sniping a probe and getting out. He's not risking any damage. Nicely done sniping that mine by MisterL. But Lucas's army is looking scarier and scarier as more and more units come in. At the same time, he got his 4th base that is being scouted actively by this observer. So MisterL knows that he's gonna be 1 base behind, but he's really struggling to defend that push of Lucas. I feel like now he's gonna chase, or he should be able at least to chase down this army of mostly Marauders, and hopefully get rid of it for the time being. But for now, he counts on this DT, and he's quite right to count on this DT. Well, as long as it actually kills Yeah, there you go. There is no turret here, there is no planetary, none of that, so Lucas has to use the scan. 4th base is going to get denied for now by Lucas, and look at him. Our red Terran player is splitting his army, he's on top of both of these groups, making sure none of them dies, because as long as none of them dies, it's an active danger. To drop in the main just like that, to attack the 3rd just like that, and MisterL, I think, is making a mistake of just going for it. You don't really want to base... Oh, okay, the DTs are saving the day, at least on one side. The 3rd is gonna go down though. Now MisterL is counting on this push to basically kill Lucas, because this push is probably gonna kill MisterL. This is a very tough situation for both players and the observer, who is me, to actually keep up with and figure out who is really winning. A bunch of Novas are killing SCVs, also scouting for any reinforcements. Meanwhile, the Marines and Marauders are taking down the next side, making sure there is no recall. I wouldn't mind to see MisterL recall into his main. There you go, there's the recall. And hopefully the Disruptors will and Storm will be able to take down so many units. Oh, the Storms are brutal! And basically the entire army of Lucas evaporates in seconds, but these Liberators were really, really good at dealing damage to all of these Protoss units as well. And what the hell is going on now? Let's try to sum it up. The Protoss player is on 1 base, he's remaking his natural. He has only 70 workers. The Terran player has 3 bases and is on 30 workers. So in the end, turns out that base trading a Terran is not a good idea. And apparently that is correct. The army of MisterL isn't that impressive either. Like, the 3 Colossi are really gonna struggle against all these Marauders, and there is only like, what, 2 Disruptors there. So, ooh, and this attack is very, very ambitious. 1 Disruptor is going to go down, so that already halves the Disruptor numbers. And MisterL, yeah, he's gonna back off. Oh, never mind, he's not gonna back off, and actually he's gonna lose the other Disruptor, which is massive. He's gonna also lose the Templar, now he's gonna lose the Colossi, he's gonna lose his entire army, and I feel like this might be the final blow from Lucas to actually win this base trade. I mean, even if he doesn't win now, MisterL is gonna struggle for money so much. Obviously the Terran not only has more workers, he also has mules. So he's gonna be happily mining off of his 3 bases. He can even float his main to get some more minerals. Good Storms, but they're not gonna be enough. And the Liberators, oh my god, the Archon kills the 2 Liberators in 1 shot, but it's not going to be enough. And MisterL, losing his entire army, is going to GG out. Whew. It's 2-1. Now MisterL might need a break. Which is obviously absolutely fine. I'm just here to make the lobbies and cast. I can wait. Man, the music is so good in this game. Stop with you, thermal cursed. It's so, well, cursed. Oh, I'm so happy that my commands are actually working. Man, I'm so proud of myself. Alright, actually, I'm gonna take a break too. So, be right back. Well, I am right back. Apparently nobody else is. That's fine. I'll take that time to actually use the Maturino code. Because I completely forgot to do that. I mean, I totally used it, Mag. A long time ago. Oh my god, I actually have to log into BattleNet. I don't remember my password. Shit. Oh crap. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm just stupid. Did I get it? I got it. Whew. Oh, you actually don't have to write the code now. Oh, I'm so happy. There we go. We are back. And we have the ready from MisterL. And we have the ready from Lucas. Here we go. Game number 4. 4, yes, I remember correctly. Lucas at 2 games, MisterL at 1 game. So this could be the last game of this semi-final. Hello, game. There you go. 2-1. Good luck is called. Are we gonna have a GLHF back? Are we? Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, in the bottom right hand corner of a beautiful map of Romanticide LE, we have our blue Protoss player. It is, for eSyncs, MisterL. And his opponent. In the top left, it is the red Terran, Lucasdart for Genesis Gaming. What is the map list, you ask? Let me just write it down real quick. There you go. So after this, if there's a game after this, we're gonna go to Blackburn. I would honestly love to see game number 5. That would be pretty exciting. Here comes the probe. I wish this probe would attack the SCV building the barracks again. Oh, don't die. This probe is very close to dying. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, it's regenning the shields now, so we're good. Why would you do it? Oh my god, what a legend! He actually did it. He actually did it. And he's gonna keep going. Oh my goodness. Alright, the Reaper. Wait, no, that's not the Reaper. Where's the Reaper? Oh, it just came out. Okay, I thought I missed the Reaper for a second. Nope. What a legendary probe. Getting a kill and getting a kind of useless gas steal. Again, maybe there is a thought behind it. I don't know. So, Probius did his job. Will the Reaperus do his job? That was so stupid. There's an adept already out. It's gonna shade down. It actually might shade down at the wrong time. Okay, no, he was just checking for the Reaper. Yeah, I mean, why? Whatever. Well, this is awkward. None of them can move. Okay, now the adept can move because the stalker is gonna pop out very soon. Actually, Lucas not paying attention. He might actually lose the Reaper. Okay, it was close. Actually, it still may die. No, it's not gonna die. Alright, so the Reaper is still alive and still able to go and scout and be annoying. And the adept is gonna go across the map, so it seems like we have the same again. We have the same what did I just say? We have the same game again. Did I say it correctly? Oh, whatever. Oh wow, the Reaper and the Hellion are just gonna walk straight in. A few probes are gonna get pulled, one of them is going to die, but so will the Hellion. Now the Reaper is alone and afraid against this evil stalker guy. Yeah, stalkers are bad. Don't stalk people. And the Reaper is gonna struggle to come out and is going to go down as well. So getting one probe for that, I'm not sure if it was worth it, especially now that Lucas is not gonna know the timing of that third base. He's gonna have to either guess it or scan or something, which is not ideal. And this is an actually timely third now. So that's nice. Lucas doesn't know that. He is gonna have these Marines here trying to snipe the adept, and actually, oh, it was very close to happening. And these Marines are not giving up. Relentless Lucas, once again, showing why he's called Relentless Lucas. I mean, he's called that by me, by nobody else, but you know, it still means he's called whatever. Blink is done. And a bunch of stalkers are again going to be try and be annoying. This bunker is empty, but there is enough units here, there you go, to fill it up and more. At this time the stalkers are actually... no, never mind, there is nothing to see on the high ground. Now there is. So I wouldn't mind to see the stalkers blinking up on the high ground into the main. And seems like MisterL has a similar idea, but so does Lucas, placing his units in the right spot to make sure nothing surprises him, and he can respond both to the high ground and the low ground. And he's gonna have to respond to the high ground now. MisterL actually very ambitiously goes very deep into that main. Is Blink off cooldown? Yes it is. He's gonna try to snipe the Raven, not happening. He loses a stalker for that. He did damage it, but... oh, is it gonna get repaired? Maybe not. Now the stalkers are gonna try to engage the low ground. They are gonna grab an SCV, so... yeah, I really like how MisterL plays with these stalkers. He's really making life hard for the Terran player. The Shade goes in, sees the army, so doesn't really commit. And I mean, look, MisterL is forcing Lucas to repair, forcing to pull off SCVs of the mineral line. You know, it's not much, but it's honest work. So it pays off. More stalkers are now gonna join this little group, and I mean, Lucas has enough army to defend against it, but does he have enough army to like just move across the map and not care about these stalkers harassing? Oh, that's a terrible place to engage for MisterL. And that little engagement was wasted. But again, look how annoying this is. Like, you're just trying to be a good Terran player, you're trying to move out and deal some damage, and you have just this many stalkers, however many it is, like 10 stalkers, constantly poking, killing medivacs, killing marines, sniping your Raven. Oh, that was a bit costly, but considering that now there is no Raven, nothing to like disable a Colossus or anything like that, it could actually be worth it. And this time the third is actually at the right time, so MisterL is not behind on workers, I think for the first time in the series, and with the shield battery, unless it gets instantly sniped, which it could happen, with the shield battery he should actually be totally fine defending this. Without it, I'm not so sure. This army is mostly stalkers, and there is no real beef, but it seems like Lucas is not going to be as relentless as I'm used to him, as I'm used to seeing him, and he's gonna back off, gonna save his army, make sure that he doesn't overextend. The stalkers are gonna blink forward, the zealots are gonna charge forward, another medevac is gonna go down, and actually MisterL is chasing Lucas all the way across the map. Is he gonna engage up the high ground? I mean, he does have an observer and a Colossus, so that should take away some of that high ground advantage from Lucas. And look at that! MisterL really bravely blinks forward, snipes another medevac or two, and he keeps on going. He's not stopping. He's actually killing so many of these Terran units. The last medevac goes down. There is some reinforcements coming. They will try to snipe the Colossus, and they will actually, but is it enough? The entire army of Lucas is now dead. The boys have been pulled, but now they are running away because there is nothing to support them, and this might actually be game. Oh, or not. I guess MisterL is totally fine with how much damage he dealt already, and he's just gonna back off. Which would also be fine if he actually made a lot of workers in the background, but alright, he's getting a fourth. He is making some workers at the very least. Okay, never mind, he's not making workers right now. Make workers! Probes are good! Probes are so good. You killed an SCV with a probe. Imagine what you can do with 69 probes. Or 89 probes. There you go, finally some workers in production again. And disruptors, the bane of Lucas from what I have seen so far. And these disruptors always deal so much damage. And they're just so good at keeping the Terran army at bay. It's crazy. Ghost Academy, just finishing up for the Terran player, making sure to, you know, get the EMP done. And MisterL really wants to snipe these medivacs. I'm not sure if it's what you want to snipe, if you can just snipe the entire army with what you have. Lucas has no army. This is basically all he has. That's not a lot, especially if you look at this army, which is quite a bit bigger. And now the boys are pulled, but the disruptor shot takes so many Marines and Marauders, and another one also not terrible, not great, but it doesn't have to be great with the amount of army that MisterL has, with that unstoppable force, without the unmovable object is unstoppable. Okay, I don't know. I'm just saying things. GG's called. MisterL wins. Oh my god. Oh, that was so fun. What was I even saying? That was funny. But here we go, game number 5, ladies and gentlemen. That's epic. Where's Blackburn? We have a tie, 2-2, and the deciders match. That's how it's called? I think so. What a tragic game. Indeed. This is such a back and forth. Like, both players just duking it out, just giving it all they have, and crazy. And that music. Let me just... Alright, since we're waiting anyway, make sure to get up, stretch, check your posture, hydrate, you know, all that good stuff. I should probably do the same. That's why I have my water. Cheers. I can also stretch. Oh, it's... so much better. I just read the description of Observer Plus. Oh, alright. There we go. Okay, make sure I'm not playing. Make sure I have the power. Make sure I have no match history. I think everything's fine. Final game of this best of 5. This is where it all is gonna be decided. This is the final game of the semi-final. So it's basically a semi-final game. I mean, the previous games were also semi-final games. So it's the final semi-final game. Pretty great. Good luck is called. No response. Drama ensues. Okay, here we are. In the bottom right of Blackburn LE, playing with the blue Protoss probes, the Disruptor Master, it is MisterL for E-Syncs. And his opponent, the Terran The Rainer's Raider. Relentless Lucas for Genesis Gaming. Where is Probius? Probius, we are wishing you all the best. We are wishing you the blood of many SCVs to be on your antennas, I guess. I don't know, what is this even? Like these little things sticking out here. I assume it's some kind of antenna, right? I don't know. Anyway, do you know why all the workers are floating off the ground in the game? Because I know. I think it was posted on StarCraft subreddit or something. That in like early versions of StarCraft 1, the minerals were actually floating like in dead space. And the workers were flying to gather them. So that was scrapped, but the flying workers weren't. So now they are all floating. Pretty cool, huh? I thought so. Oh my god, why? Maybe it's just a mind game. Maybe it's just to, you know, mess with your opponent. It's like, haha, I got your gas and it totally has a purpose. It actually doesn't. You know what I mean? That could be it. I assume so. Oh, look at that. Look at us queuing up the Reaper so it doesn't go through the slow zone. Making sure it's just a little bit faster on the other side of the map. But there is already an adept waiting here. Wait, there you go. There's already an adept waiting to kill, to destroy the poor Terran forces. It's so sad. It's gonna be Twilight Council again. And seems like Lucas is also going for something similar as the last games. So, both players not going for cheeky builds, just going for skill. Also, I think two probes died? Wait. 2 probes died. Wow, that Reaper is strong, man. People say Reapers don't have any utility. They don't have a purpose. Oh yeah? Then tell me why this Reaper is so strong. Huh? You have no answer. I know it. It's totally not because there is a 90-second delay. Blink will be the upgrade of choice. I mean, it worked before, so it should work again. Oops, sorry about that. So it should work again. The Hellion this time stays here for some reason. Oh, and a second Hellion comes out. Actually, there's a bunch of Hellions being produced and a Medivac, so seems like Lucas going for... Oh, I forgot about that. So Lucas, in this last game, seems to be going for a very nasty play, which is a Hellion drop. Also, this Reaper just got 2 more probe kills. What a legend. But yeah, Lucas seems to be going for a Hellion drop, which is one of the hardest things to defend as the Protoss player, because you blink twice, suddenly you have no mineral line. I wouldn't mind Lucas grabbing these 2 Marines too, just to have that additional bit of firepower in the drop. But MisterL is not quite ready for it. He does have the spotting pylon, but is this enough? That is the wrong... Okay, the pylon did spot the Hellions, but is it too late? A few probes being pulled to attack the Hellions. This is never a nice sight. And now the Stalkers respawn after 7 probes go down. No! Okay. Okay, that was way too close. He almost didn't finish off, but 8 probes went down in just a few seconds. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're late by 1 second. You're not in position perfectly. Suddenly, no mineral line. And now MisterL, I'm sure he at least feels, if not is, forced to go and deal damage on the other side of the map. There is a bunch of Marines ready in the main, but Oh, yeah, Lucas knows what's coming. He's ready to repair the bunker, he's ready to defend the main, and here come the stalkers. They're gonna focus down the bunker. Is that going to be enough? Blink is ready, so the stalker will be saved. Oh my god, this is so close, but I don't think it's happening. No, it's not. The bunker stays alive. Barely. I can't believe this. That bunker had like 5 HP at one point. That MisterL is not going to give up. He's going to blink into the main. Actually, Lucas is a little bit out of position. One add-on is sniped instantly, and MisterL is trying to poke, trying to get whatever he can, but he can't really get much. Good blink micro, making sure to blink away only when he has to, and a few workers, a few units sniped again, but it's not 8 probes 2 minutes ago. It's just a few SCVs and a few Marines now, which is a big difference. Now there is a tank on the low ground here, so it's gonna be significantly harder, if not impossible, to snipe this bunker. And MisterL's window to actually keep blinking, keep trying to poke, is practically closed. Third base on the way for MisterL. Charge finishing too. Oh my god, he actually blinked on top of the tank. And he's gonna focus down the bunker, and this time he actually does it. Whoa, that was a brave move, and it paid off. He gets the tank, he gets the bunker. Now there's an opening in the natural. Lucas is ready for this blink. He's not quite ready for for the stalker to just walk in and snipe another SCV, but MisterL is losing a lot of stalkers now. He's not as careful as he was before. His blink micro is not quite there at the moment. I mean, it doesn't have to be there at the moment. But he snipes another structure, he snipes a few units again. Meanwhile, wait, look, was there 2 observers there? I think Lucas sniped something, but this observer is still here, so I'm not sure what was going on. But Lucas is loading up 4 medivacs right below this observer. I'm pretty sure MisterL knows exactly what's happening. Yes, he does. He's gonna be ready for that drop, but he doesn't really have enough entire to snipe the medivacs quickly enough. The boys are not being pulled, actually. I thought they are, but yeah, look at that. MisterL is ready. Lucas has to back away. He barely does not lose any medivacs full of units. But now workers start falling on the Terran side of the map. Can MisterL defend his third? There is no shield batteries anywhere again. He only has 1 Colossus, second one just now joining. No big army, no big units, but there is also no big army for Lucas either, so Lucas will just do a drive-by basically. Whew, what a game already. Now Lucas is moving in to try again. MisterL trying to be ready for anything, including drops in the main and attacks on the third. He places his army in the middle, and Lucas is actually going to attack in the middle, which is not great for him. Stim and win, or do you win actually? These Colossi are dealing so much damage to all the Marines. I don't think Lucas has enough. Blink forward to snipe medivacs. Not quite getting anything, but it doesn't matter. MisterL defends once again. Now there's a shield battery here too. There's gonna be a cannon as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if Lucas decided to drop in the main. There is 1 stalker here. No, Lucas is just going to go around, try a different angle as he gets the third, as he gets his upgrades and more units, including Liberators. So it seems like Lucas is now preparing for disruptors in advance. Making sure that he has that covered. Ghost Academy on the way as well, so Lucas learning from previous games, trying to counter Storm, trying to counter Disruptors, which were detrimental to the success of MisterL in the games he won. But is this going to be enough? Now Lucas is sharking around the map. There is a Zealot here spotting this entire army, so MisterL knows where that army is. but he doesn't know that it's being loaded into medivacs and soon it's going to be in the main. Is there recall available? Yes, there is. So I'm pretty sure as MisterL you should be recalling this army, especially with the liberation zones here in this choke point. You don't really want to... oh my god, the disruptor shots. You don't really want to go through here, and there is the recall, a little bit late but not too late. And now, oh my god, the disruptor shot on Lucas's forces is... is crazy. Astonishing. Amazing. That shot was brutal. Destructive. Yeah, I have no words. I mean, not anymore. But that was not the end of Lucasdart by any means. He still has more workers, he still replenishes his army, and he's still ready to attack once again. There is a hallucinated phoenix here, defending against any drops, but there is nothing on this side of the map. I would love to see a pylon here at the very least, or a probe or a zealot at the same time. A few zealots killed 4 workers, I mean, sure. 3 workers, why not? But here comes Lucas once again, this time from the top. He's gonna surprise MisterL, but the liberation zones give away the position, and now look at the army of MisterL, it's so powerful, there is so many... oh no, almost killing a lot of his own zealots. But this army has so many like strong units, the 3 Colossi, you have Storm, you have the Disruptors, the Zealots to tank the shots. This is such a well-balanced army, and still he doesn't lack anti-air against these Liberators with the Stalkers that he has too. So Lucas does have more workers, but he just can't seem to find a way to fight this army efficiently. He keeps trying, he keeps going, and he is great with his positioning. He always seems to surprise MisterL, always seems to find openings, but he can't quite fight the army. And if you can't fight the army, can you really defeat your opponent? Yes, well, maybe in a base trade, but not really in a straight up game. Both players taking a break. I would love to see a 4th base. There you go, from MisterL. As Lucas gets his own 4th base, actually he already basically has it down. So once again Lucas has the economical advantage. He always seems to have it, but he can't seem to exploit it. He can't seem to figure out how to actually use it effectively. Is there a Dark Shrine? Yes, there is. I'm surprised to not see DTs anywhere just yet. Oh, there it is. MisterL, stop listening to the stream, damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 workers for a DT. But, well, at least MisterL knows where the army is. And he now feels comfortable to engage as well. He's gonna take down the rocks. And he's gonna go and fight as he's securing his 4th. The liberation zones. Ooh. Oh, what a shot. Not quite getting the ghost, but that was beautiful. Beautiful ragdoll. Yeah, MisterL actually double expanding at this point as he's trying to shock around, but yeah, look at that. Lucas this time on top of his liberation zones, on top of his army control. He knows that there are slow zones here, so it's gonna be harder to engage from this side. So he's fine making sure the liberation zones are there, but look at that. He is actually very much on top of the Liberators this time, so fixing what I think was his mistake in one of the previous games, and getting the most out of these Liberators. More and more Disruptors joining the Protoss army. I wouldn't mind to see MisterL sending a few Zealots to the base at the top, at least to see if it's even there, but also to get some value out of a run by. But look at these libs, they are always in position, constantly there, constantly ready. What I really don't like in Mr. L's play is how he doesn't make any workers behind this. Look at that. Look at the production tab. No workers for the past few minutes. He is trying to find an opening, and actually he finds one right now on this bottom side of the base. Can he exploit it? Oh my god, the disruptors are so powerful. The Liberators finally are moving to try and catch this army. The Storm not quite on top of them. But some damage has been dealt already. Good EMP on a whole lot of these units. Second one too, but the Ghost dies. But for what? For all the energy on a bunch of these High Templar. And now Lucas is gonna try to go on the offensive. He's gonna meet this entire army in the middle of the map. This is not great for Lucas, but the liberation zones just make sure that Mr. L cannot engage for more than a few seconds. And with units such as Colossi and Disruptors, you want to stretch the engagement. You want to fight for a while. Seems like though Mr. L is going for the long game. He already has a Stargate, getting the fleet beacon now. Not quite getting the upgrades I would like to see. Ooh, the Disruptor shots. Not quite getting the upgrades I would like to see. I would like to see him getting the air upgrades if he's going air. I would like him to see get the armor upgrades. A bunch of Zealots killing 10 SCVs at the same time as I'm talking. And Lucas seems to be also going for the long game as he gets a whole bunch of these command centers. Now another engagement from Mr. L, and he actually gets on top of these Liberators, the Novas, zoning out the army, but not quite killing as much as Mr. L would like to. And now there's mostly Stalkers in the okay, no, there's still a lot of Disruptors. Never mind, I thought more of them died. So actually Lucasdart in a lot of trouble. He does not have a lot of army at all, and these Disruptors are... Ooh, good splits this time from Lucas. So actually this Disruptor is not quite getting the value they need, but there's so many of them, and you can't dodge every single one Nova if they are just coming and coming and coming forever. So now Mr. L has a massive supply advantage. Mothership. Okay. Interesting choice. A big DT run by being prepared here as the main army moves into the same base. Lucas now again on top of his micro. He is really getting better at dodging all of these Disruptor shots, but just the amount of these Disruptor shots is too much, and just the amount of army of Mr. L is too much. Look at the army supply right now, 121 to 33. 4 times the army is too much to fight, and Lucas will GG out. Mr. L takes the game and the series. Whew. Amazing. Great games from both of these players. Massive respect to both of them. And now it's going to be time to raid our good old friend Dave. If I only figure out how to do that. Okay, got it. I think I raided once before, so GG's well played, but must admit I had better tools. This Raptor is pretty ridiculous. Well, if you say so, I'm gonna try to stay out of this discussion, because I feel like the game is pretty balanced, and it's always gonna be imbalanced because of how players play and what they feel comfortable with and not comfortable with. So yeah, obviously these Raptors were the key here. Does it mean it's unbalanced? I don't think so. Alright, how do you raid? I guess you do this. Right channel. Start right. Oh, there you go. Hey, that works. Amazing. Okay, yeah, so thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you had a fantastic time because I did. Now go enjoy some more good StarCraft with Dave. And yeah, hope to see you next time. See ya!